Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the corporate world, sometimes by looking into some rather unexpected changes within companies. Today we are diving into a Form 8K filing from Summit Networks Incorporated. This filing is a bit of a shake-up report, detailing some significant changes at the top and on the board of directors. It is not about flashy new products or massive financial results this time, but rather about the people steering the ship and how they're trying to improve things behind the scenes. Alright, so what is the big news? Summit Networks is telling us they're restructuring their board of directors. They say this is all part of an effort to boost their corporate governance, which basically means making sure the company is run properly and ethically. They also want to improve their compliance standards, making sure they follow all the rules and strengthen their internal controls. Meaning making sure things inside the company are managed well to prevent errors or fraud. Now, sometimes these changes come with departures, and that is exactly what happened here. On the 13th of February, Jianhua James Xu and Hong Nancy Yu both resigned from the board. Hong Nancy Yu also stepped down from the audit committee. The report is very clear that these resignations were not due to any disagreements the company had with them on any matters related to the company's business, its policies, or its practices. This usually means it's been handled amicably, but with departures there are often new arrivals, and Summit Networks has appointed 3 new independent directors. This happened effective the 16th of February. These new directors are Ross Miller, Yang Lai, and Elena Kuzman. The company also states that there are no special arrangements or understandings between these new directors and anyone else that led to their selection, and importantly, no past dealings or relationships that would need to be publicly disclosed, like a family member or close associate doing business with the company in a way that could influence decisions. Let's talk about these new faces. First up, Ross Miller. He is bringing a ton of experience, over 35 years in things like investment banking, commercial banking, and mergers and acquisitions. Basically, he knows how money moves and how companies get bought, sold, or merged. He started on Wall Street way back in 1985. Working at firms like Lehman Brothers. He also gained experience in managing large-scale financial operations, dealing with regulations, and integrating companies after they merge. This is a really key point. Ross Miller has a deep understanding of how audit committees should work, how financial reports should be accurate, how companies raise money, and how to manage the risks involved. In fact, the board believes he is an audit committee financial expert, which is a specific designation from the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, meaning he meets a high bar for financial knowledge. He's also going to be the chair of the Audit Committee, which puts him in charge of overseeing the company's financial reporting and internal controls. This is a pretty big deal for a company that is talking about improving its governance and compliance. Next, we have Lei Yang. She has over 40 years in corporate finance and accounting. Her background is heavily in major multinational and state-owned enterprises, holding significant financial leadership roles. She has been a deputy chief accountant, a director of finance, and a chief accountant at various large companies. Like Ross Miller, Lei Yang has a strong background in financial management and oversight. She is experienced in developing financial systems, managing costs, and internal checks and balances. She has also served as chairman of the supervisory board for publicly traded companies in China, which is similar to overseeing board activity. It seems like they are really bringing in seasoned financial experts to shore up the company's financial reporting and management. And finally, Elena Kuzman. Her expertise is described as being in compliance oversight, reporting processes, and operational supervision. She is a licensed insurance professional and has worked in regulated service environments where following rules and keeping good records is crucial. Her more recent experience includes working as a licensed health insurance agent, which involves supporting agents in a high-volume environment. This suggests she brings a detail-oriented approach to governance and has experience in operational settings that require strong compliance. She has also been a program coordinator focused on quality of life and cognitive stimulation for patients, and a real estate agent. While these roles might seem less directly related to high finance, the emphasis on detail, process, and regulatory environments is highlighted. She will also be joining the audit committee. So after these changes, what does the board look like now? It consists of Shuhua Liu, who is the director and chair of the board. Then there is Xianan Diliajeng, who is the director and secretary of the board. And of course, the 3 new independent directors. Ross Miller as Independent Director and Chair of the Audit Committee, Lei Yang as Independent Director and Member of the Audit Committee, and Elena Kuzmin as Independent Director and Member of the Audit Committee. The company is confirming that all the new independent directors meet the SEC rules for independence. Now, the filing also lists some exhibits. These are supplementary documents that provide more detail. In this case, they've included the actual resignation letters from Janhua James Shu and Hong Nancy Yu, dated the 13th of February. This just formally documents their departures. And finally, the report is signed by KR Long Huang, the Chief Executive Officer, on the 20th of February. This signifies the company's acknowledgement and submission of these changes. So, what is the takeaway here? Summit Networks Incorporated is clearly signaling a commitment to improving its governance and financial oversight. The resignations, while noted, are presented as non-disruptive and the appointment of experienced directors, particularly those with deep financial and audit committee expertise like Ross Miller and Lei Yang, suggests a strategic move to strengthen the company's internal processes and public trust. Elena Kuzmin's background adds another layer of focus on compliance and operational detail. The company is in a phase of rebuilding confidence and solidifying its foundation. We are not seeing financial statements in this particular filing, so we cannot analyze numbers or trends. However, the changes in leadership, particularly in the audit committee, suggest that the company is trying to get its house in order, so likely preparing for better financial reporting or perhaps seeking new investment in the future. Alright, that is our breakdown of Summit Network's recent board shake. Up, what is your take on these leadership changes and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think bringing in seasoned financial experts is enough to turn things around? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Also, we have a growing community over on Discord where we discuss these things further. You can find the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.